All right, welcome back. So we are back in Stationeers, back in the new base, and today's episode is going to be all about DiRCI. So setting up DiRCI, the robot. If we look, oops, not throw, construct. There we go. So this is DiRCI. It's a mod that uses the Amy code modified to do logistics. So this guy, you can set him up to automate transportation of resources. So it can carry up to 10 stacks of an item in its cargo container, and you can automate it. And that's what we're going to do today. But before we do that, let us set up our silo that we will be dropping all the dirty ore into. And I'm thinking we are going to set it up right here. So let's get that constructed real quick. So we just need some steel. Some plastic. And then some cables. So this is going to be our drop-off point for the robot. And the way that's going to work is we are going to use our chute inlet here. And it's going to, I think we will feed it in from the bottom here, like this. When we have other outposts set up, we can just go along right here in this line, or kind of this direction, to give room for setting these guys up. So let us put a junction on there. So we're gonna go like this, and then this guy is just gonna go straight in like that. And we just wire it in like that. The other thing we need to do is get power hooked up. So we will do that by running power cable this way. And I think we will connect it in over here with the power from our ice crushers. Do that right there. Like this. And we should be able to, yep, power is working. So that is our drop-off point. And the way this is going to work, so I will edit this code. And I've already gone through and made code. So this is based off of the video I made doing mod showcase for the DiRCI mod. It's that code and then just our paths already set up. So the way this will work is you put the positions for your points, your waypoints in, and so this is DiRCI. Has 8 different modes, so it can either be idling, moving to a target, loading cargo, unloading cargo, give a message for cargo full, cargo empty, and then path from stack, and then stack point arrived. The one we're going to be using today is 6, 2, and 3. And the way you do this is you will load in your path ID, then your X, Y, and Z position, and then path ID X, Y, Z, and path X, Y, Z. So that's how this is working. And I'm using two separate paths, so one for unloading and one for loading. And the way I do that is I have one path point that is right in front of the vending machine or the chute inlet. And that just gets the robot facing the correct orientation to unload it. And then it drives up to that spot to unload. And then same with the other one. And I will just go in a straight line towards those points. And the way it works is I set my robot, the setting on it, to 9. And we get that based on the index location, or the address, or pretty much index. So it's the absolute value of setting minus 1 is the stack position. So absolute value of 9 is 9, minus 1 is 8, so it will go to 8. And because 9 is positive, it will transverse this direction. So it'll go 8, then 12, and then same with the other one. So it'll go 0 and then 4. And we are doing that with doing our setting 1 here for moving to unload. So let us export that. We will put that in there. I forgot to grab a battery, so we will go back in the base and do that real quick. I did grab our power transmitters though, so I am going to put the power transmitter right here, just so it can charge its battery while it's waiting to unload or load. So let's grab our wireless battery, left that upstairs. So split one, a view off. We'll go back in the base. All right, so back in the base, go up. We can also, while we're up here, look at our farming setup. So we have our displays here, greenhouse, and we can see Larry is down there. Oh, can't see him at the moment. I think he's down at the other end. Yeah, there he goes. He's moving through, picking anything that is ready to pick. So he is automating this for us. And then I hooked up the chute network, so it goes in underneath here, gets filtered. So run it through our sorter here. Anything that is a food item will go out this way to our vending machine. And then the other blue pipe there is for seeds. And those will go out and they get stored down underneath here in this vending machine. And it looks like we do have some, it looks like wheat seeds. And then this vending machine is for any of our food items. And we got our oven here and our reagent processor. Let's grab one of these batteries. Drop back down. Cycle the airlock. Let's go. There's that. Come back over here. Give them some power. And then before we do that, let's go turn them on. But let's go take a look down at our outpost. So I do have it all powered up. We're just connected to the base power, just using a tunnel underground to run the power cable. And here we have our dirty ore from our mining. And as you can see, we got 10 of them in there at the moment. So it hasn't been running that long, but we have our deep miners on, and they're all processing through. It feeds into this stacker here, goes to a max size, and then sits here in this silo before it fills up the vending machine here. So same thing as we did up there. Just gonna add a power transmitter here so the robot can charge while he's waiting to load. Just do that. And hopefully there won't be any issues. So if we turn him on, he goes, jumps down, gets some crazy air. Gotta love the low gravity on this planet, or on this moon. So it comes here, hits this spot, runs a face first into the vending machine, and then loads. So it will hold 10 items, and then once it fills up, it will come back up here to unload, which I may need to change the script around a little bit, but we will see. So there he comes. Coming up. He's gonna do a crazy jump here. Oof. Get some nice air. Comes in, does a little flip, and starts unloading. And as you can see, all of those are going into here. And awesome. So we have that automated now. We have DiRCI up and running. And one more thing we're going to do is we are going to set up a console here so we can see what is going on with the robot. So I also made this script in the mod highlight. So I think I will build it there, nice and big, so we can see what's going on. Let's get this wired up. So there's that plugged in. And then we need a logic transmitter. So this is what's going to read from the robot. And we'll just set it up right there. Like this. There we go. And then more cabling out. We're going to go through a lot today. So there's that. We'll edit the script. And both of these scripts are published on the workshop, so you can play around with them. I'll have a link down to that in the description. So here is our code. And then one more thing we need to do is LCD display, LED display number 3 from the mod. All we have to do is in this code, very simple. I have the LCD set up here, so you just change the name for whatever the display is that you're reading from. Update that. We will add in a chip, export it, and we need a housing. We'll keep this one over here. Pull the chip out from the laptop and just wire this in like that. Turn that on. It's going to flash an error because all we need to do is set it up to our transmitter there. And with the amount of stuff we have on the network, it's going to take a second to cycle through everything. So it should be a logic transmitter because we haven't named it. Did I go by it? I think I went by it. Yeah, logic transmitter. Yeah, it's all wired up. Make this a little easier. Let's see. Why is that not reading? Oh, I think we have to set it up to the robot first. Maybe? No, that's not it. We need power? So let's see. Uh, Logic transmitter. There we go. So there's that. Now it's running. And we can set up our displays. So we're using the size 3 ones. So 1, 2, 3. That'll be our X, Y, Z. And we have our charge, our cargo orientation, our mode, and our setting. So if we do X, Y, Z, and we do charge, cargo, orientation, spell that correctly? No, I did not. Mode, and setting. Double check, make sure we didn't forget anything. So all the names are down here in case you want to customize it and change the name on something. So X, Y, Z, charge, cargo, orientation. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different screens. Yep. So let's go like that. So we can see X, Y, Z, charge, cargo, the direction the robot is facing, the mode it's in, and the setting currently being used. So right now it is down at the bottom loading up. So it's at 4. Currently sitting at 10 in there. So it's going to take a little bit for that to fill back up. But in the meantime, with the robot up and running now, now we need to think about our gas fuel centrifuges. So let us grab some of these. I'm thinking we're going to do 2 for now. I'm thinking we will do our centrifuges right here. Yeah, I'll pull it out a little bit from the wall just so we can get around on that side. We'll do one there. Do a little bit of some space. And do the other one right there. So let's get this welded up. I think we need steel. And then cable coils. Next 1, 2. And if we look, so our orange pipe over here is our fuel pipe, and then the brown one is our exhaust pipe. So I'm thinking we will just go straight underneath the base and run those pipes over to our centrifuges. So let's pop down here, pull out our miner, create some space. And there's that. And then we will pop this guy open. We can see everything. And we're gonna grab some pipes. So, pipes. And we will pull this pipe down like this. And we'll run it this way. And then this guy can just stay at this level. And we'll just run him this way. So let's get these pipes laid. Almost there. There we go. Here's one. Here's our fuel pipe. Now, this is our exhaust pipe. So let's connect our exhaust first. Yeah, so that's our output. So right there. And right there. Double check. Yeah, input, output. So exhaust, we will run over like this. Like that. So we do need to leave room for the chutes coming off the end here. And then we'll just go straight in like this. And there's that. So let's grab some paint. Paint those so I don't cross the pipes again and set the base on fire. I think one was enough times doing that. So now this guy, we'll bring him out right here. And pop this guy up. Is that? I think we will just run the fuel this way. Run the backside. That way we stay underneath the chute for inputting and exporting. So we'll just go right here. And there's that. Which means we are good to weld this back up. So let's take care of that. Okay. So those are wired up. I just need to get power in here now. And we'll just bring it out this way. Just go underneath that pipe. turn these guys on. I'm thinking we will connect this guy right here, like this. So there's that. Right through here. And just wire them up like that. So those are on. And let's grab my last code that we're using this episode. So this will be my gas centrifuges. So the way this will work is these chips will be directly on the centrifuges, and we're keeping track of the stress and the RPM. So we'll start it, we'll turn the centrifuge on, we'll set the throttle and combustion limiter to 0, and then make sure this machine is closed. And then we yield, we'll load, check the stress, check the RPMs. If you're less than 100 RPMs, we jump down to load. And load here, we'll set our throttle, set everything back to 0. We'll load the stress and the RPM, and if we're not equal to 0 on stress, we will just loop back here and pretty much stay in this loop until we have 0 stress in the system. And as long as our RPM is less than 2, we will stay in the system as well. That way, if we are over 2 RPMs, we'll sit here and wait until that RPM comes back down under 2. Once that is both true, so 0 stress and less than 2 RPMs, we will turn the throttle to 10, and same with the combustion limiter, we'll set it to 10, we'll sleep 10 seconds, and then check the stress again. If the stress is not 0, we will jump back 3 spaces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, should be 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So jump back 4 spaces, make sure our throttle and limiter are still at 10, and then sleep another 10 seconds, and then check the stress again. Once we are at 0 stress and 10% throttle, we will yield, set our throttle and limiter to 100, and then load the stress. And then if we are greater than 99 stress, we jump back and restart the process. Which just means if we hit 100% stress for whatever reason, we will reset and try and do this again. If we're not equal to 0 stress, so yeah, branch relative not equal to 0, we'll jump back 5 spaces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so jump back to this yield, and then run through this process again until we hit 0 stress. And then once all of that is done, we jump back to the position that we originally jumped from, which is right here. That's what the AL is. It stores the next line in the register RA. So we just jump back to here, and then we'll load the reagents. Check our reagents, which is just the material that's been processed. If we are greater than 2,000 total reagents in the system, we jump down to unload. Otherwise, we just stay here in the loop and keep running. And then for unload, all we do is we yield, set our throttle limiter back to 0, load our stress. If we're not equal to 0 stress, we stay here until we're equal to 0. And then we open up the machine, unload everything. And then once we are under 50, once we're less than 50, it jumps back to loop. If we're over 50 still in the system, it'll just stay here and unload. So that's how this code works. So let's export that. And if we put that guy there, should see. So limiter jumps up to 10. I think I had one more. Yep. So I'll export that guy as well. And same thing. Let's see, yep, stress starts going up. RPMs are going up as well. So this should run up to about, I think it's 94, 95% stress if you do 10% using regular volatile oxygen mix for fuel. If you're using nitrous, I don't believe this process will work. You'll have to do something else to monitor the stress. If it hits 100% stress, it just means that a system will air out, and then you have to wait until it hits 0. So it leaves the stress again. But it'll sit here on 10%, runs up to like 94%, and then starts dropping again. Oh, this one didn't even get that high. It only got up to like 35-40%. Might be because it's not processing anything at the moment. So there's that. Once it hits 0 stress, it will jump up to 100%. So while we are waiting on that, let us get this plugged in. And the way we are going to do this is we'll do a straight shoot off. And we will do a overflow. So it's going to try and push everything into the centrifuge first. If that is not possible, then it kicks it out to the side and moves on to the centrifuge. And we're going to do the same thing. Give me a straight corner and some straights. So there's that. And last thing we're going to do for this system, not vending machine, sorter. So we are going to check when we pull out from here, from our silo. We're going to just double check, make sure it is a reagent or a dirty ore that can be used. Here's a robot. It's unloading. I wonder if that's an update from the mod author, because before when I was playing around with this robot, it would not unload unless it was directly facing the input and output, or the inlet or the vending machine. So I wonder if that's an update. It's a nice update, if it is. Here's this. So if it is a dirty ore or a reagent from, say, recycling, it will go here into our centrifuges. And there's that. So I'll do this CF and enter. So just our centrifuge enter sorter. And we'll come over here. Oh, probably help if I wire it up. Then we can see it. Let us very simple, like that. I will check down here. Yep, there it is. And so we're going to have 3 on here. My experience going through these, usually the dirty ore stuff is down at the bottom. So we got dirty ore from the planet. Then we have dirty ore from space, which will be if we are mining anything in space. And then last thing is reagents. So let's see. reagent mix. So there's that. And our stress, 0, full throttle, 100%, up to 523 on RPMs, 525 on this one. So now we have 20 in there. So if we open this up, these all match that description, get sent over, and now we are processing our ore from our mining outpost. So once it gets up to 2,000 total reagents in here, that's when it will unload. And so now we need to think about unloading our system and where we are going to put our silos. But before that, let us see. I don't need the vending machine on me. And I think I have some more silos out here. Yeah. So there's that. We will need some more sorters. I think 10 stackers is enough, but just in case, grab some more. There's that. Take our suit off real quick while we drink and eat. Food, water. How's our jetpack? Swapped out. Put our suit back on. Check our filters. Filters are still good. Battery's good. How's our welder? Welder's good. Okay. So our output of ore is going to be right here. And if we look through our system, or the oh, what is going on? I think might need to reload here. Yeah, my mouse is not working on there. At least I can do a quick save. So let me reload into the game because, yeah, my menu's not even working. That is weird. So I'll reload into the game and I'll see you guys here in a moment. Okay. So we are back in. Did something that was weird, but let's see. So for storages, we need, if we look here, so we have our dirty ore storage already. Charcoal, I think that just, I don't even know if that's in the game anymore. I've never made it. Yeah, biomass. So we have our dirty ore set up, both types. So we'll need a silo for coal, for cobalt, copper, gold, iron, lead, nickel, silicon, silver, and possibly uranium. And I think that is it. Yeah, so just those 10. So 10 silos. And instead of trying to cram it here somewhere on the floor space in this room, because it is getting pretty cramped in there, I was thinking maybe we could do it up here on the top, but I don't want them to just be kind of sticking up like this. I'm thinking instead of doing that, how about we do it in the ceiling? So if we look, say we start, let's see, where's our center at? So right here. So say we come off from center, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 5. And oh, I think this will work out perfectly. So if we do something like this, and then just clean this up lightly. Just enough so we don't break through the top up there. There we go. Just so we're not breaking through the top too much. It's okay right here. We can put some more plating down. But I think it would be pretty cool if we, say, have the silos up in the ceiling like this. And let's look. So we could do it this way, where they're coming out the sides. Then we could feed the silos together. So hook them up so the outputs are connected together from each silo. I think that would be pretty interesting. So if we do one there, there should be enough space here. Then we flip it this way so the output is on that side. And then they'll meet there in the middle. And then all through the roof here on this side, we'll be able to look up and see our storage silos, our bins. And then we can also put LCD screens on there to see if we could do like a hash display so we could see the item that that silo is storing, and then have a LED screen for showing the quantity of ores that we have on there as well. I think that would be interesting. And I wonder how that might look from the top. Well, we'll have the plating over the top, so I don't think that will matter. But down here, I think it's going to look cool with the silos right across the roof. So if we do that, and then this one would be this way, and this guy would be this way, and that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 4 right there, and then 5 right there. So same thing, we will pop these guys off. Oh, did I go too far? I did. Okay. Very quickly weld this up. Okay. And which way was this one facing? Let's see. I think I can see. Yeah, I think it's right there. We put a chute on. It should. Yeah. So it turns yellow when it connects. So chute is on that direction for this guy. And let's actually pick all these frames up real quick. And we need to move these ones up over here. Pick these two up. And weld these frames up real quick. Those frames in there. Grab some steel. So we'll weld these frames. There's that. Might as well weld some of these silos up. We're gonna do that. Okay. So there's that. And then this guy right here. So these two will output together. Then this one and this one will be together. And then we have this guy over there. So I will do a time lapse. Before that, let's think about our sorters and stackers. So we're gonna need a sorter and stacker for each of these. What might be interesting idea is that's gonna be the only thing is it's gonna look weird no matter how we do it with the sorters and stackers. So instead of doing it down here, it might be better to do it up above. So if we clear out some more space here, go right over here. There's some space here on the top. There we go. And I believe, so if the output's down there, the input should be right here. So the inputs should all be right here near the top, going down this line. But just to double check that, let's get a couple of these welded up so we can see. Oh, there's that. And that. And then I think it is just cable. And there's that. So if we look, yeah, import is here on this side for these ones, which means it's going to be on this side and this side here. So I will get all of this welded up. We'll do a short time lapse. So do a short time lapse, and I'll see you guys here in a moment once this is all welded up. Yeah, so that just happened. Destroyed my suit. That was wild. So I think what had happened, I got stuck when I was replacing that silo and welding it up, or placing it. So it calculated that I was like inside the silo. Uh, so that is crazy. Let's see. Uh, yeah, at first I thought I just ruptured the suits, but nope, completely destroyed. That is wild. Can we make another one? Steel, stellalite, astroloy. I don't think we have the astroloy. That's, yeah, I think it is probably over here. Um, we can throw that back in there. Grab this. Okay, make one of you. Oh man. All right. Well, thankfully, we do have our backup EVA suit with filters and everything else ready to go. Oh man. All right. So let us grab some water. Grab some food. All right. And I will get back to the time lapse of me putting those silos back up. So I'll see you guys here in a moment. Alright, so we are back. Done with the time lapse, got everything built. So let's take a look. So we'll start from this end. So anything that is a dirty ore or a reagent mix gets pushed through to this sorter here. If it is one of those things, it gets pushed into our centrifuges. And as you can see, we got iron, copper, and silicon in there right now. And everything is running. Good amount in there too. So once those unload, it'll get passed into this sorter. If it is a ore, excuse me, if it is a ore, it gets pushed up. Oh, I definitely set that up backwards. Let's fix that real quick. So if it's a ore, it will get, so it'll go, yeah, so if it's not an ore, it'll go through this loop here. If it is an ore, it'll go straight up right here. Come on. So we'll go straight up right there. Do I have any left? No, I do not. Okay. We'll pull the one off the unloader. Right there. Get rid of one window. Alright. So if it is an ore, it gets passed through right here, goes up, and goes into our sorters for all our silos. So let's take a look. So it'll come up from here, goes through right here, moves over to here, and this is our first sorter. So this one will be for uranium. So if it's uranium, gets pulled out into the stacker and then into the silo eventually. Then nickel, then gold, silicon, coal goes around this loop. Then we have iron, copper, silver, lead, and cobalt finally. So all the silos, stackers, and sorters have been named for their respective material. And now, in between episodes, I will go through, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do hanging consoles in here. So I think we'll do something like, so because these are hanging like this, I could do something possibly like this. Oh, never mind, can't put it on these. So I'll have to use an actual wall. So just grab a flat wall here. So I'm thinking I could do something like this one for like a hash display for the item. And then right next to it would be the console, just maybe a large LCD with like the number or LED. But we'll see how that goes. I'll take a look at it in between episodes and see what I want to do. And then I'm also going to put, I think, glass all the way through here so you can look up and see. And then I'll need to attach all of these as well. But now we have our hanging storage here. And I think that's just a nice way of like breaking up the room in here, making it look different and more interesting instead of just building boxes and having silos all in a row. Let's take a look at our DiRCI. So he is loading right now. What are we doing on here? Yeah, we've eaten through everything. Yeah, honestly, we can shut this guy off. So if we open this up, you'll see all of this stuff comes out. And it's gonna look Okay, turn off. Open up. There we go. And we'll collect all this. I am low on iron, so we can check and see, make sure our sorter works. Okay, so that is everything. There's just a little bit left in there. So if we turn this on, see stress is high, so it's gonna wait till it comes back down, and then it will kick on. Which honestly, we don't even need this one on. I don't even think. Yeah, I think one of these will be plenty to fill that. So we'll just do one for now, and then grab one more of these. Do that, and what we can do is should be all of these. So we'll use the unloader here to test our system. So I can take all my backpacks and just toss those in. Let's see, so this one has a mix of everything. So if we toss that guy in, we go look. So you can see all the material coming through. And then we should see the backpack come, and then it should come out right over here. But let's look. So this should be our coal silo. There was no coal in there, but we should have iron. So yep, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then copper and silicon. So this is our silicone. So we got 8 stacks in there. And our copper, we have 5 stacks in there. And I think our backpack is done unloading, and there's our backpack back. So we can just go like this, throw our next one in. And I no longer need to carry this backpack full of all the different ores on me. And this will be the last one that we need to do. There's that. And there's this backpack for our coal. And there goes all the coal bolts I've mined up since the start of the series. Let's see. Awesome. Yeah, being fed in perfectly. Oh, sweet. So the only thing we don't have on this system yet, which we'll have to put a sorter over here for, is ices. So I'm thinking we put like the vending machine possibly up right here, and we'll just do a vending machine of all the ice into one, just a refrigerated vending machine. So we'll do that, and then any ice that we want to dispense, we can just drop it straight in there. So there's that, and I think we will end the episode here. I know it was kind of a long episode today. Got a lot done though. Main thing is getting the robot going, so now we have our outpost automated. And we might get lucky and see him come jumping up here in a moment. I think I saw that he was at 9. So he's just waiting. Let's see, what are we at in there? 4. Just send him on his way. I want to see him jump one more time before we end this episode. So here we go. There he goes. Let's see him jump up. Try and get that screenshot. Woo. Awesome. There's that. And right into the system and unloads. Here we go. Now we'll get some more ore. And if we look, yep, starting to process. which I guess technically we do need this guy on because the way it is set up, I could rearrange the chutes so that we have 9 chutes here. But I think that's fine. I'm not too stressed about it. I don't think these guys burn that much fuel. Let's see, is there a way to see? So power, pressure, temperature. Look at this guy that's running. Required power 50, import. Prefab combustion, yeah, pressure on the input. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to see how much fuel it's using. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, but I don't think that uses that much fuel, and we can always go and grab ice. Won't be too much of a problem. Gotta turn this guy off. I'll just do that right now. Yeah, it keeps just busting. But I think I will end the episode here. Thank you so much for sticking around, watching along with me. Thank you, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next episode.